What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Stay Woke with your friendly neighborhood heroes. We save kittens and things like that. I go by JB.
I'm Julie.
Jason.
Yes, we swapped out our beautiful last Muslim guest for a Jewish guest because, our ratings are really down. We have our co-defendant, Danny Dickhead, on his way within minutes, but that's CPT time, so that could be hours. I would like to, with honor, with humility, with graciousness, introduce our fucking young legendary guest, someone I've been trying to have on the show for a while, young Mike Zombie.
What's poppin'?
I
Thanks.
see a bunch of coffins and caskets and things of that nature. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great, man. I had a wellness shot this morning.
Did you go to a specific place? Was it Earth Bar?
It was Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Was it intense?
It was.
I do those I do like a shot of ginger and wheatgrass every morning.
You got to kickstart your day.
Gotta
that shit
kickstart
was-
your day.
It was real.
We want to go into your entire musical past.
Okay.
Can we go when you were a baby zombie?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Okay,
Baby
so
zombie.
We just played a really, really quintessential record, one of the most important records, and this is up for debate, guys, of this generation. Would we say this is the record for me that made me a full-on believer of Drake? Because a lot of the stuff was like, okay, this is awesome. This is for females. This is for females. And I'm not feeling that sensitive today. When this record came out, I was like, okay, I'm worshiping at the church of Drake.
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
As a Jew, my dear, over there,
Yeah.
how did this record, did it mean it, or were you always on top? You've never been poor, so you don't know what it's like to grind.
I don't understand what that question was exactly.
How did you feel when it came out?
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're always happy to see our brethren,
Okay, that's
succeed.
the way to just go. Okay.
So, we had a meeting. We had
You
a meeting at the
and you guys
synagogue.
decided to turn him into God, right?
It worked out well. We were like, maybe we should be a little bit more inclusive. It's good. Don't worry about it.
Do you want to start from the beginning and lead us into that record, or do you want to start with that record and work our way backwards?
I think before.
Let's do
'cause
that.
It's all a lead up. So my musical career started at the age of 13. I was
You hear this, millennials? 13. But y'all's at 30 and still living at the crib.
Yeah, so while I was living at the crib with moms, basically I begged her for FL Studios, which is the program I still compose off of, and she bought it for me for a cool $100. I was so appreciative of it. And all the way up until I was 16, I just was going at it. I don't know how to play any music. I'm not musically inclined at all, but I am, weirdly. But till 16, I was just producing, and then I started rapping because people wasn't using my beats. And then once I got to college, I got good at making beats, and then people started hopping on my beats. And then by the time I dropped out of school, that's when Started From the Bottom came out.
Tell me, how did that change your life? How did it get in the hands of OVO, for those that don't know?
So I have a good friend that I'm still cool with to this day. His name is Hollow the Don. He is the best battle rapper that's walking this earth right now.
I co-sign that.
And
shit.
yeah, he is. And he basically never met me in person. I met him on Twitter, and I was just sending him beats or whatever. And he was just doing me the favor, just helping me out and sending my beats to like people like Corey Guns and Jim Jones and whoever he just came in contact with while I was still in college or whatever. In 2012, in like February, he hit me up. He's like, yo, bro, I just got off the phone with Drake. I'm like, word, that's what's up. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm not thinking like, oh, shit, this is my chance. Like, but he was just like, yeah, man, I told him about you. And he gave me his email, and then he passed the email on to me. And throughout the year, I was just sending beats like aimlessly, like just to see if something happened. And then October 21st in 2012, it was like 5:20 in the morning. I was like, fuck it, let me try it again. So I sent the email, left my number in there, and 20 minutes later, he texted my phone and was like, yo, who's Mike Zombie? This is Drake. I like the beat. So I hit up Hollow like, who's fucking playing on my phone? So that was that. And then he was just texting like, yo, I want to get you on OVO. I want to sign you this, and the third. I'm going to call you tomorrow, which I stayed up for like a whole 24 hours because I had this Evo, this HTC Evo that would fucking shut off randomly. And sometimes it just would come back up on its own. So I had to stay up and make sure this thing was on the charger. And at the time I was at the crib. I was on academic probation from college. And I'm like, damn, this is around the time my daughter's coming. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? You feel what I'm saying? And then this happens. So I tell you, God is real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a month later, he flew me out to Atlanta with my mom, and we had dinner, and we talked about the contract, went over it, this, that, and the third, and then we got the deal done. That night we went to the studio, and he played me like the beginning of Nothing Was the Same, and I'm like, what the fuck is life right now? And yeah, man. So
that's an amazing story.
yeah.
So actually, but apropos, because you're talking a lot about how you basically like had Twitter and like were like hitting people up. Were you ever worried about being too annoying? Like, is there like is that ever a concern that you like don't want to piss people off by being annoying, or you're just like full steam ahead?
Well, the way I was looking at it, I was like, at a point, I was like, my shit is good. So if people don't want to hear good music, then that's on them. You know what I mean? They'll just be missing out. But I used to have like 4 Twitter accounts, and there's this thing called TweetDeck, and I would just like copy the same link, or whether it was my mixtape or free beats or whether it was whatever, and I would just like send it to mad people. Like I just at random people, and then some people just be like, "Oh shit, what's this?" And some people just be like, "Block, block, block." But I mean, it actually worked out because without Twitter, I wouldn't have got the music into the hands to Hollow, who passed my music on to Drake.
So what you're saying is be annoying.
Yes, you have to be annoying, unfortunately.
Life lessons to everybody.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Exactly. Younger kids, I would like to replace that annoying word with persistent.
Persistent.
Persistence is a
Okay.
really
Persistent
good
is just a euphemism for annoying, but okay.
I kind of want to get specifically into details before Danny pulls up because he's here. I kind of want to know what you ate that night with Drake. Was it the best whatever you ate, or was like?
Well, it was like fake dinner, like not fake dinner, but it was just like we were at a dinner table discussing things, and we just had water. I think my mom had a salad, and we were just all drinking water. He was just telling me like how he listened to my music and this, that, and the third, and how he's about to sign Party Next Door. I'm like, I knew who Party Next Door was before anybody, you know what I mean? So that shit was just dope, and I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? This is my favorite rapper in the entire world, just sitting here talking about how he likes my music. Like, it was just crazy. So we really didn't eat anything. It was just food for thought.
How did you? Okay, so let's talk about that record going into other records. When did it start changing for you at home?
Oh, man.
First of all, let the people know where you're from for those that don't know.
Oh, if you don't know, I'm from Willingboro, New Jersey, 609 till I die.
All day, every day.
And so life started changing ASAP. Like when I spoke to Drake, I was like, fuck it, I'm dropping out. Like I made my mind up. I was like, I'm not going to school no more. And then I had like a week later, I got all my stuff and I drove back to Jersey. And when I went to go sign the deal in Atlanta and came back in Willingboro, my mom and them, it was a bunch of, well, and this is another thing that I got to include. Like when we went to the airport, I woke up at 5:30 in the morning and there was a black car with a chauffeur in front of my house, like in the middle of Willingboro. I'm like, what the fuck? And so we were black card around the whole time, all the way up until coming back home from Atlanta. And when I got home, I got on my block and I just seen a bunch of cars. I'm like, oh, this is a surprise party. So I'm like, word, this is dope. Mind you, I never met Hollow a day in my life. And then I walk in the house, everybody's there, my daughter, her mom, all my friends, everybody you could think of that I really hold dearly to me. And it was like, damn, this is crazy. And then as I'm going through the kitchen, like the circle opens up and fucking Hollow's at my house. And that was the first time we ever met after coming home from signing this deal that he fucking, if it wasn't for him, it would have never happened. So right then and there, like life started changing. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like everybody, like so many people in my town started rapping, doing music. Like literally I inspired my whole city to do something because my town hasn't seen something that big before. I mean, other than Cardiac, who fucking won a Grammy for producing for Eminem, but like life just started changing crazy. Like even when I was back home like 2 weeks ago, like I was at a Wawa and like as soon as I'm just in there at the ATM and somebody just starts recording me and I just see him mouthing like, yo, that's Mike Zombie. So and like everybody, like everything started changing, like good and bad. Like people used to like always would say like, yo, bro, I don't want anything from you, but that usually means I want something from you. But this is a disclaimer. So just a bunch of shit started changing, you know what I mean? You start seeing money, you start being able to do different things, talk to different people. You're in different rooms with people that you would never thought you would be in a room with, you know what I mean? And like being in a room with Khaled and Birdman, I heard Lifestyle like 2 weeks before it came out, you know what I mean? Shit like that is just, mind blowing at the age of fucking 20. You know what I mean? Just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like all my friends are still just struggling with financial aid or dropping out or just back in the hood doing a whole bunch of fuck shit.
What was the most starstruck you've been? Like,
When I met Drake for the first time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've never been more starstruck. I literally said probably maybe 5 sentences the entire dinner. You know what I mean? What's up, bro?
What up, bro?
So was he taller than you imagined?
He was very tall. He was like 6'2".
Yeah.
And I wasn't as tall at the time, so he was fucking towering. Plus he had on like black Timbs and was like, yeah, he was tall as fuck.
That's amazing. Tell us a journey from that record to another record that you did that put you in a very limited league of people that you're one of the few people outside a handful of like 7 to 8 producers that has had Jay rap on their beat.
Yeah, that shit was
Can you
crazy.
walk us through what you can if possible and how that happened?
Yeah, so my management linked me up with Khaled, and I'm sitting at home in Willingboro once again, and I'm just in the kitchen with my mom. She's baking or whatever. And then I'm on the phone with my manager. He's like, yo, Khaled's on the other line. He wants to talk to you. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm a nervous ass person, so my fucking heart just sinks down to my dick. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's like, yo, Zom, what's good? I need that fire. You know, I need that inspiration. He was like, I need that thing that's going to make the club shake. I'm like, word. So he's like, and I got the opportunity to get a legend, an icon, Jay-Z on it. I'm like, what the fuck? So he like, a month goes by and I'm just cooking up. I'm sending I'm just making ideas, thinking what I think is gonna work. And then I finally made this one beat and it was called Moses. And I sent it, I was like, yo, this is the one. Like I've never made a beat specifically for somebody until that moment. And I'm surprised I nailed it. Like I surprised my fucking self. So he bought 2 beats. One he still has in the tuck. I guess he's waiting for, you know what I mean, to pull the trigger on it. But like when it was, I didn't hear nothing about it. We did the paperwork for the stuff, so it was all good. And then months go by. I'm at the Grammys or whatever for Started From the Bottom, and then I'm in a club, whatever I got booked at out here. And then I seen Reezy Renegade. He's one of Khaled's producers too. And he like, yo, bro, you got this song with Meek and French. Yo, this shit sounds crazy. It got like some bells in it. I'm like, damn, both the beats I sent him had bells in them. I don't know which one it is. So then like the song is about to come out. I see him posting it like on his Instagram, the cover art, and I'm like, oh shit, this looks crazy. So I text Reezy, I'm like, yo, who produced this joint? He like, Zombie on the track. I said, what the fuck? So I didn't even know that Jay-Z was on. I didn't know nothing. And then that day, Flex was premiering it on Hot 97. And then I'm listening to the joint. I hear the fucking choir and shit. I'm like, oh shit, this is my beat. I'm sitting there with all my friends. I'm like, turn the TV down, We like, yo, we go to the car. I'm like, and then right before Jay-Z's verse kept coming on, he like kept bringing it back. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, just play this shit. So we're just all hyped as fuck. And then I ended up going to the video shoot. I'm in the video in the background. We're on a barge. Like Meek is there. Fucking, that wasn't my first time meeting Meek. I've seen Meek in the hood like all the time. And then just meeting a bunch of people. Like the video was crazy. It was just a fucking surreal experience. You know what I mean? I'm in this studio with Birdman. I'm out with them every night, meeting everybody. So it was just wild.
That's amazing.
So you've mentioned your mom a couple times, and I want to know, what music did she play when you were growing up? Like, what music do you associate with her?
My dad was more the music guy. My mom, she just I don't know. She just likes what she likes. She's like got the typical girl taste in music. Like, oh, I like this song. You know what I mean? So she wasn't like real music inclined. Actually, nobody in my family is music inclined at all. But my dad just had a good taste in music. Like that's how I was up on Prince and up on all the old shit. So
is there
So listen. So after you did the song with Jay, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, you like, fuck, man, like I should be doing like mad crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Shit. You gotta protect your brand. You know what I mean? There were songs that I did with a lot of people, and it was just like, yeah, this is cool for the other person, but at the point it was like I'm up here, and if I can't go backwards. You know what I mean? Like I got Jay-Z and Drake. It's like the two equivalent of each other. Who else do I go to? You know what I mean? And
there's mad people that want to work with you during that time.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
So I don't know if it's a go backwards type thing. Some of them were like upper echelon like people, right?
Yeah, and some situations go sideways. So look, when I was in the studio with Khaled, I'm just playing them beats and shit. He like, damn, yo, you should have produced Drake and Meek's whole album. This is like 2014, and at the time, I was the first producer to get in the studio with Meek when he got out of jail. You feel what I'm saying? In Philly, like 4:00 in the morning. I watched him record Monster. I watched him record that first freestyle that he dropped out there, and then he had a bunch of my shit, you know what I mean? And then obviously what happened, and you know what side I'm on. So it's like,
I feel you.
Yeah.
I just, you know, the industry, like we're all like very fond of certain situations and how shit go down. Do you feel that you capitalize as much as you could off of like started from the bottom?
I mean, the capitalization, I mean, it doesn't stop, you know what I mean? Because they say you're only as hot as your last hit or whatever. Is that the same in industry? Yeah. But
I mean, I don't believe that, but
exactly. I don't believe that neither. I don't feel like it should take. I feel like people wanted me to do what Metro Boomin is doing right now. But I feel like that's what every young producer does. You know what I mean? As soon as they come out the gate, like literally nobody, no producer, period, ever has done what I've done coming in the game like that. So I feel like if I'm going to come in the game different, I'm going to leave different. You know what I mean? Just because other people think like, oh, started from the bottom is out. You got to be on this. You got to be doing. Like, no, I really don't. I don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? So it's just up to me. And that's what it is. Like,
all right.
I think you're the benefit of it is you've experienced so much so early. You're really, really still young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not even mid-20s yet. And some people, they hit multiple times a year, and they completely extinguish. Some people hit once a year, twice a year, come back in 2 years, hit again. The consistency is what matters.
Yeah.
So you got time on your side. And
it's a marathon. It's not a race. So
you got the talent. Let's go through a joint real quick.
What are we about to listen to?
We're about to listen to just stuff from his catalog. We're probably going to listen to They Don't Love Me No More, the record we just spoke of from DJ Khaled that has a legendary, iconic Jay-Z on it.
Liddy. Very Liddy.
That's how I feel when I wake up sometimes and the bed is really, really cold. I say, you don't love me no more? That's a really, really good...
Are you saying your girl's cold-hearted?
I'm saying my girl hasn't been home. I've been sleeping with the cat.
Damn.
Oh.
It sucks. Yeah.
At least
you been sleeping with another cat?
With just stop with the cat.
Oh,
just with Shaz.
I didn't know, dude.
If anything, it would make me gay. Just with
Clarity.
with Shaz. I want to talk about Jovito a little bit, and I want to talk about your take on present day hip hop culture. There's words bubbling in the heavens that Hov is dropping another album. How excited are you for that? Is that something you'd like to be a part of? Does it still matter to your generation?
It matters to me. I wouldn't say the generation because literally, I would say last year I listened to Reasonable Doubt for the first time and I was like, whoa, I understand now. You feel what I'm saying? I get it. And
how crazy does that sound? He said, "Yeah, last year I listened to Reasonable Doubt."
It's real.
Although it's dope that he actually went back and listened.
No, that's the most important.
You know what I'm saying?
But for us, it's like what 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I had brothers that through the crib, they always got it. It just wasn't that at the time. What was the I want to say around my age, I was listening to like Dynasty, Blueprint 2.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 24.
Yeah.
So that was before. You know what I'm saying? I didn't catch that one, but. Through the crib,
yo, bro. A lot of people didn't catch Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
even our age.
It was like
he was being smothered at that time. Yeah. Like there was too much going on. Like Pac and Big were popping. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not even being a dick, but if both of them niggas was alive, he probably wouldn't be that. He'd be the equivalent of we say like
don't say MC Shan.
Maybe Chingy.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yo, bro, if them two niggas was still alive,
I would give him.
Like Chingy had a popping little.
We know what Biggie
cycle.
We know what Biggie is, but we got to give Jay a little more.
Did he say Chingy?
Chingy.
Oh hell no!
I would have to give him.
Yeah, y'all niggas sound crazy. I'm not lying right now. If Tupac and Notorious Big were alive, all right, what was he doing when they were alive?
I'm trying to find the equivalent of that. That's
I would say more of a fab. He would be.
There you go.
You weren't alive. I mean, you weren't even around this. So
that makes sense though. Because Fab makes sense because he's still lyrical.
Listen. Chingy, let's compare Chingy and Fab. And then
he didn't have no hits.
Who?
Chingy.
He had 3.
Yeah.
He That was Holiday Inn, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have
right
there.
there. And
there was one more.
You should roll with me. If you was my baby, I don't know what that joint is called. Though.
I remember there was 3.
Oh, and then the song he had with nigga that looked just like you, Tyrese.
This
Every time I try to leave, remember that?
I sang it. I remember.
I say Fab because he's had the most consistent career out of anybody in hip hop.
More than Chingy, I agree with Fab. Because I think Jay would have still lasted and would still be in the conversation if Biggie and Pac were still alive.
He would be in a conversation of like,
where's Fab now? In a conversation, barely, but still in the conversation. Mm-hmm. He's still getting girls. He still got money. He still puts out music. Yeah, and he still has nice cars. Yeah, that's you know what I mean. That's an interesting thing. That's I'm hyped.
I'm hyped for his album to drop. Yeah. I mean, Magna Carta fucking went platinum the day it dropped.
Magna Carta was not a good album. Though.
Yeah, bro. And those were like those were buys. That wasn't like
the fact
a
that
legit
it went platinum
platinum.
the second it dropped is like, what is he gonna do next?
No, bro.
Samsung bought it.
I know, but that's
not taking anything away.
He said, "I know." Like that's cool.
I mean, it's bullshit though.
I get it from a hustler's perspective. Hey, it's still
that's not bullshit. Like nah, like especially when you're that dude and you're like, oh man, somebody bought my album. That means niggas wasn't buying that album.
But it means
that album was terrible, by the way.
It means he put out 1 million albums. He sold 1 million albums regardless of who bought it or not. So it goes.
And you see how he just jumped back on the other side of the fence.
I didn't jump back on the other side.
Nah, he already said it.
I said that. Yeah, they bought the album.
Yeah, I know,
but it still counts as platinum. So I can see the perspective. Like, yeah. Why would I want my brand, if I'm Jay, to be tarnished in a time period where kids are draked out?
He shouldn't have did the album.
He did it and it went platinum.
Man, he could have not put that shit out. He could have not put that shit out.
We don't know what the bag was that he got.
Do you think when it comes to like the history books, that one will have an asterisk by it?
No,
yeah.
Like that
no,
100%.
No, they won't.
100%.
These motherfuckers ain't gonna know who Chuck Berry. They don't know who Chuck Berry is now. They're not gonna know about this.
Yo, you remember when he did the American Gangster album? That actually was an album where they were like, oh, damn. And like, but he had the one song on there that everybody fucked with. But it started like being like, oh man, what happened to Jay? Yeah. Then you remember he did the Kingdom Come album, and people were the same way.
That's before We're Walking Backwards. That was the okay.
I'm saying he did that one too. Yeah. But this Magna Carta, like, and then like for him to be in there with all them dudes, and that's what you put out.
I remember
that shit sucked.
Can we talk about how great Watch the Throne was though?
Yeah, because of Kanye, nigga. The nigga that saved his career.
He's responsible for 50% of that. He's Jay.
Hey, man, I find this music and I make these killer records, and all you got to do is put your verse on here. So you telling me that he's responsible for 50% of that album? So you telling me Jay-Z is?
As a lyricist, I know nobody wrote his shit.
No shit. We know that, but I'm at you. So you telling me he's responsible for 50% of that album?
Lyrically, not as like as far as publishing is concerned, the top line. He's responsible for 50. His verses.
All right, man. This is crazy, man.
I never listened to Watch the Throne, so I can't.
You never have?
Nope. I was too busy listening to Take Care.
You're a real Drake fan. I feel you, my nigga. That's where we're at with it, though. Yeah. So recently we've had.
You missed out because that album was fire.
It's amazing. It's a classic, except for one song.
Fire.
Only one song.
What's
everything? It's hard to name. It's not the.
It's like towards the end of the record.
It's not No Church in the Wild. It's one of those Frank Ocean songs. One song missed for me. Jungles and everything was flawless except for one fucking song. It could have been a dream song. I don't know, but it was one song that was like it just didn't for me.
See, that's when he should have bowed out.
Okay, wait, but what do you think is overhyped right now?
Kendrick
overhyped.
Yeah.
Kendrick is overhyped.
I mean, it's not that it's not good.
I'm not an avid fan. I wouldn't go. Like I ain't gonna go buy his shit, and I don't listen to his music. Like,
but I respect.
I'm not hating on it. Like I think it's dope that there is somebody that's doing what he's doing. But
what do you prefer, Damn versus More Life?
That's hard.
Wait, what's More Life?
I'm gonna say More Life
Drake's current album.
One, because there's more music, and the fact that Drake been putting out, he just put out an album like last fucking, not even a year. Yeah. It's been a year, but still he beat a fucking year and put out another fucking album. Like, that's crazy. And then how long ago did
Paper Butterfly?
Yeah.
At least 2 years.
Yeah, so for the amount, the quality of the work that he put out in such a short time, I'm gonna say More Life.
I agree with you on that, and I think people think that I'm a Kendrick hater. I'm not. Good Kid,
No,
Mad
Kendrick,
City's
I
amazing.
fuck with it heavy.
Section 80 is amazing. Pimp a Butterfly went over my head. This album is good, but not as good as like if I go to a YSL store and they're playing fucking Humble. It's not supposed to be like that. They should be playing Drake. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You said if you go where?
To the YSL store, which I did go when they were playing Be Humble.
That seems like a dumb song choice to play when you're buying obnoxiously
shit.
expensive stuff.
Exactly. It rubbed me the wrong way. It made me not get the shoes I wanted.
Who
that
chose
day.
the music
No, it
there?
didn't,
Who
nigga.
chose
I got it
Being
the next.
cheap.
I got it the next day when they played something else. I'm dead serious.
Nah, you actually are a hater. Then. You're actually a Kendrick hater. Then.
No, I'm not.
You just said that. That made no sense. You went back to the store. The
I
next
felt
day.
weird.
Oh, they're playing something better. Oh, okay, cool. Like
I feel
I guess it was
weird
the
going
vibe.
into a corporate establishment to spend hard-earned dollars to hear a righteous nigga talk, and then I'm just not using my righteous side of my brain. I don't want to hear that. It makes me conflicted. Whereas if you had some
What
fucking
would you
passion-
buy if you
And
were
damn
listening to
well
nigga,
Humble?
you're
enough
conflicted
for
now.
me.
You're wearing a
These.
cashmere trench coat, nigga, in the fucking LA.
That's me though.
So you just nigga just said I don't want to be conflicted in buying something.
I don't want to be. This is me, and when I go to spend some money, I just want to spend some money and leave. I don't want to hear a nigga go, "Be humble." It's like, oh, I'm not being humble right
Yeah,
now.
you're a
Some people
hater.
aren't
It's all
eating.
good. I mean,
People
a
aren't
lot of you don't have to
eating
like
food.
everything.
That's true. I just prefer music that I can feel comfortable in different settings with one album. You get what I'm saying? Like if I'm in a, oh my God, Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, whatever, right? And I'm in that mood, give me Kendrick all day and night.
You
But
say
when-
you don't listen to him.
I listen to him occasionally.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a 4 a.m. sessions listening to the whole thing. Top to bottom. It's like in a
And by the way, this is the first time I've ever seen you during the day, ever.
you've never seen me during the day.
I've known you for like 3 years now.
I exist. I wake up in the mornings. I exist during the day. But with that being said, I don't know. Kendrick dropped a really good project. I'm glad he's number one for 3 weeks. But we act like I don't know. It's apples and oranges. I enjoy more life because there's so many different genres of music that's covered for me personally.
You're actually like a real Drake stan too, though.
Yes.
So that
would
actually
make
makes
sense. That I like a plethora of music. When I hear African vibes, as an African. When I hear UK vibes, I feel
The
great.
vibes.
When I hear like some sultry world vibes, like Passion Fruit. When I hear some Rude Boy vibes, like Blem. I want all that. I want choices at my table to eat. I don't just want grits and fucking catfish.
And at this point with Drake, it's kind of like you hear the shit so much, you're like forced to like it. Like, even if you don't like it.
No, I fucks with this shit.
We all do. That's what everybody.
Are you
here-
worried? Is there a fear that Drake is going to be super saturated by some point?
If that's a fear, wouldn't it be this moment?
I mean, would it be this moment, or is there somewhere else it can go?
I think he just did 1.2 first week on the last album a year ago and just hit us with another album. The year before that was 2 albums, mixtapes. So
Yeah.
I think we're.
I mean, he's actually already saturated.
Yeah.
It's just people fuck with it.
We
So it's not super. If people are still fucking with it, it's not super saturated.
No,
what I'm
it's-
saying is, can it get not
Can it get
worse,
worse?
but worse? Yeah.
Well, if he had sold more than Kendrick sold first week, I would say yeah, it can get worse. But the problem is knowing Drake, of which I don't know on a personal level, just strategically watching. The fact that Kendrick bested him with first week numbers, we're gonna see another Drake album this year. I wholeheartedly believe he's in the lab right now. Even though they said nothing till 2018, he's gonna focus on movies. No, he's a Scorpio. He's not gonna get bested by the nigga from Compton, the intelligent, arguably best rapper in the game right now from Compton. So if that is true, we're here for you. Let's go to another jam, my young brother.
Hey, every decade we always have the best rapper.
Who do you think was last decade?
I don't know. Who would you say?
I think it's going to sound weird, but I think last decade, at least for half of it, was Ye. And then for 15 before that, from whenever Biggie and Pac died, it was all Jay. How long was that run? Like 10, 15 years?
Like almost 10 years.
Yeah. And then
Almost 10 years.
And then at one point, there was when Nicki first came, there was like 2 years where she was literally the best rapper in music.
Nicki Minaj?
What? That era of Monster, that era, like on her verse on Monster, she killed
The best rapper?
That was 2010.
Yeah, around that time, she was arguably the best rapper. She killed everybody.
How? Kanye was out. There's no way she was better than him.
She killed him on Monster. She killed everybody on Monster. That's how you got to judge it.
So one song, you just become the best
When we're
rapper.
all
That's how you judge
jousting
it.
on
One verse.
It's like if when people say
know what?
when people say is Jay a better rapper than Eminem, I go in a certain time period. Eminem got him on Renegade. What am I supposed to say?
If you ask me about Eminem, I feel like Eminem is the best rapper to ever walk. Like best, I'm not
At
gonna
a
say
period.
I'm not gonna say best rapper. He's the best lyricist to ever walk this.
At a period of the ones that were discovered. At a period.
No, all right, let me be more specific. He is the best to ever that has the ability to put words together.
That's white.
Yeah, because man, it's a lot of niggas that
I don't
would
know. I'm gonna
feel
disagree
you.
with y'all.
I
But
feel you.
and I was gonna say in 2010 it was kind of hard to fucking pinpoint one person because
Yeah.
a lot of people were fucking wilding like from
you tripping,
2000
bro.
till because
Show some
you got to
names.
think 07
Show some
Wayne
names.
didn't. You couldn't-
Wayne was dead by the time Drake started popping. Let's keep it real.
But Drake came in 09. I'm talking about 07. 07, you couldn't even turn on. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing Wayne.
So okay, let's not give Jay a 15-year run. Let's give Jay like a
Because
10.
he didn't have a 15-year run. You could go look at his albums and tell you when it dropped off. It was like maybe 9 years. Man, actually, it was probably 8.5 because he only had 8.5 summers.
Okay, but so we agree that 8.5 summers he was king of New York, king of rap. And then Wayne started coming with fucking Carter 3 with No Ceilings and all that shit and Spaz for like 3 years. Spaz on everybody, right? Sold a shit ton of records and then introduced us to Drake and Nicki.
Wait, who did?
Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
And when Drake first dropped with what was the mixtape called?
So Far Gone.
So Far Gone.
That was 09.
No one really put him in the lyrics.
See, but it
never
wasn't a
put it-
lyricist
yeah,
thing.
we-
He
but
just
we
was
started-
dope at making songs.
We started paying
all
attention.
around. He had dope records. So
But-
that's what Drake thing is. He
Yeah,
wasn't the lyricist, dude.
He
Feel me?
got for me. He became a lyricist later on, right?
He's still not known for being the lyricist, dude.
Man,
that nigga's just amazing
30
at
for
making
30,
dope
30
records.
for 30 when he comes to Jay. Come
Huh?
on, man. 30 for 30 when he comes for Jay. That's not lyrics. The way he came for Pusher, the way he came for Puff, those aren't lyrics.
Yeah.
Those are fucking lyrics, bro.
I mean, you got 9 a.m. in Dallas. You got 7 a.m. in Calabash, or all them shits.
Yeah.
All four. You know
the
the ones.
lyrics, bro.
So
I mean, all right, man.
they got bars, dog. They're just sprinkled around, but they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but he's not like, you don't say, oh man, that's it. He's not known for being a lyricist.
He's in the conversation of top 5 greatest of all time. He's in the conversation.
Yeah, artist wise, but not as like a rapper.
With a rap, we have so many layers to just separate a nigga from his
Why is he
throat.
back there saying what?
'Cause he-
Like I didn't stutter. Like nigga, he's not like the top 5 dude, and you're like, oh, I mean, put Drake in there.
He's in a conversation with Jay.
Lyricist?
The whole thing.
No, nigga. See, yeah, it all around. Yes, I told you the nigga's killer at making good records. I'm not saying it, but you're saying lyricist is like a completely. You know, it's different. Like, come on, nigga, you act like you ain't
I
an
know.
old nigga. So stop acting like you don't know what that means. You know,
I
he
do
ain't.
know,
like-
and I'm trying. I gave you examples of lyrics. 30. If we play 30 for 30 right now, bro, and we listen to that shit right now, you're gonna
all
actually
right, Jay, hey, play it, Jay.
play 30 for 30 on YouTube.
on
Con-
YouTube.
continue
That sounds
talking.
wild. You said that on air.
Continue talking.
Okay. Woo, woo, woo. I'm making
Damn,
hour
our DJ
sounds.
sucks, man. This nigga can't pull that shit up and like you supposed to. It's
'cause
supposed to
he's
be
not a
up.
DJ.
Wait,
Like,
so but I don't understand. You
Oh
guys
yeah,
are,
so the music is my responsibility.
Hey.
Okay.
wait, so you guys are
Damn,
saying
now
you're
he's getting his feelings now.
this argument
I'm
is
just
like
saying.
Drake.
Oh,
Drake is a
shit.
Don't call me out
lyricist.
when
Is that
it
what
ain't
the
my
argument
fault.
is?
Dang, man.
But
you
so are we
still in
talking?
your
What about
feelings.
their bad shit? Like you're only talking about their really good shit. So what about their really bad lines? Their really bad statements.
Jay doesn't have that many bad lines. He just has barely bad songs.
Well, but I mean,
Never a bad-
You
Oh,
wait,
guys,
is that
you guys.
his
He said he
No, it's
definitely
my
did
fault.
say, I'm about to fly to pizza.
He doesn't have what?
Just to get some pizza.
All right, let's check out 30 for 30 and continue our conversation on whether Drake deserves to be in the lyrically top 5 of all time. Push play, please. I try to show some of these brothers the light. They don't see the light.
Show me the light then.
I
I needed to like beam on me. I haven't felt that beam yet. This is all talk. Hey, Jules, do you agree
We're gonna
with
ask
what
a
John
fucking
said?
barely
I mean,
graduated
I was-
Cornell student about lyrics from Black culture. That's what we're gonna do right now. Go ahead.
I mean,
Yeah, I am.
when things are not impressive, they're not impressive. I'm not saying that Drake isn't impressive, but what was that line we just heard? I've got so many cases like Michael Jackson. What was that? Like, or
Hey, man.
what was that other thing he said? Like, on his last album.
See, that's the problem. When you can't remember, you be
Yeah.
like, that's how you know
But
that shit.
I remember listening to it, and it was just like, your ass is fat. I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, when you listen to Back to Back Time, did you get the same feeling like when you heard Ether?
Well, Ether, I never really respected as much as I respected Takeover. We should always know that's a fact.
Really?
I'm a Takeover guy all the way.
Hey, you're just all around corny.
Yeah, I'll take whatever.
That's crazy.
No, Ether was it was the first time someone actually threw stones at Jay and saying dumb shit like big nose, big lips. Yeah, whatever. That's not.
Was he lying? Hey, nigga, everything he said on that song was
but
true.
What everything Hove said on Takeover was fucking true. Every single line. Everything.
Okay, so let me answer me this. Since you saying that, what about Jay-Z's response to Ether that Nas didn't respond to because
it
he
was
didn't have
too
to?
hard. You're talking about super ugly. It was too disrespectful. Skeeted in your baby seat. Skeeted in your back.
So
seat
you had to start lying because you were so mad that he killed you off with Ether? You just lied?
We don't know if that man lied. You really think Jay? It's obvious Jay was fucking the lady.
He skeeted on his baby seat?
Maybe that was just a little sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? But either way.
The whole thing was sauce. And like people, like if he tries to sweep down under the rug, man, Nas was laughing like, this nigga. Dame even said it. He said, man, I told that nigga not to put that shit out.
And then Jay went and signed the Nas later on, right?
It's corny, man.
What?
But he's a corny dude, though. Like, a lot of his movements be corny.
Who?
Jay?
No,
A lot of
nigga,
his
Jay
movies be
signing
corny.
Nas was not a corny movie. It was
No.
I Won the War.
He didn't sign Nas.
Yeah, he did. Def
No,
Jam.
he did not sign him.
Yeah, he
Nah.
did.
Nas signed to Def Jam, in which that is not Jay-Z's label.
He was
Remember,
the president of the label.
he was
right?
like the
He
quote-unquote
signed when-
president.
Who was there in the picture drinking champagne and smoking cigars with him when he signed the deal?
Yeah,
Jay-Z.
because he was trying to be his homie. Ain't nothing wrong
You
with
can't
that.
accept the fact that Nas took that L, bro. You just,
Huh? He didn't take no L. He won that.
you
Everybody
must
know
eat,
that.
You must eat a sweet chick
That
every
is
night.
not. That is not.
I don't even like sweet chicks. Huh?
Everybody doesn't know that.
Yeah, you ain't old enough.
I am.
He's aware. He's aware.
I very much
Yeah,
am.
bro.
Hey, look.
Jay
I
won.
put the pencil in them cassettes, bro.
Jay won.
Hey, Jay won that battle?
In New York, Jay lost because, whatever. It was station versus station. Lyrically, everybody knows that Jay won that battle. Everybody
Dude,
knows.
Takeover was fire.
Just
but
like I
then
can tell
Nas
you-
just came back and killed him off with that record. And then that's how you know, because he had to respond. He responded and it was whack. And people was like, man, like,
They
that's
were
not
like, he
even
went
dope.
too hard. It was
Yeah, he
disrespectful.
tried to go hard to be disrespectful because he was like, man, because Nas assassinated him all the way around. It wasn't just all about your rap. It was like how you look and you dress like he talked about everything that everybody know about Jay-Z.
My favorite bar is "You Tybo ho." You sick
Yeah.
body class.
Acting like you trying to kick Nas. Hey man, he
There
killed
were
them all.
lines. There were lines. But that record has no playback value. If you play that now, it's trash. If you play Takeover now, it still sounds classic. No disrespect. Nas
All
made
right,
my
man.
favorite hip hop album of all time.
Okay, dude.
Illmatic. No, what? We can't
No, I
have
can't. No, we can't have it because you're lying. If we were having a real conversation, then I'd be like, all right, cool.
everybody. You can call Mike
If you
right
play
now.
Ether right now, that shit sounds whack.
The beat's whack.
Whoa,
That's for sure. The beat does not last long. I'm allowed to have my fucking opinion.
You are.
I've had the same opinion since when Takeover came out.
Word.
I've had the same opinion. I'm not going to change my opinion. No. I'm glad Nas stepped up and threw rocks. You know what I'm saying?
He
I'm
threw
glad
rocks.
he did it. No, it was a good battle, but Takeover was a better record.
Okay.
Everything, line for line.
Okay.
And he assassinated 3 niggas with 1 bullet, bro.
I like Ether better.
I mean,
Yo, bro. He didn't expect Nas to do what he did.
True,
with
he did not.
No one did.
No, he did
Because when
not.
I heard it, I was like, damn, man, he really... Because no one
I
was doing
I
that.
thought somebody was going to die, honestly. I did.
And you talking about he assassinated all of them. He talked about the whole nigga's crew and him.
And I never heard a line about beans, my nigga, on that
He
song.
said that was the only nigga that was cool in the song.
Because that nigga would have killed him.
Oh, here we go.
Are we-
That's your Philly background coming out?
No, that's just we know what Beans was back in Philly. That's
Man. Oh, so you act like some niggas could just walk up and assassinate Nas like that?
all. Oh wow, this is getting so wild. Like no,
Well, you saying it like, he didn't speak to him.
You
He was
said
just,
he-
out of respect, he was like,
I can
nigga,
name-
Beans is the only
I
nigga
can
that I
name
actually
3
respect
people
out of
he
that crew.
Killed off of that shit.
Huh?
He killed. Well, it depends. He shot at Nas. He killed Mobb Deep. Both of them niggas.
Who else did he
ki-
talk about
Who
on
did,
that?
who did Nas kill?
He didn't kill Jay-Z off. Niggas was laughing at that nigga for a while.
How many copies did niggas in Paris sell? What's the last platinum or gold?
You talking about the
aftermath?
the Kanye featuring Jay-Z?
However you want to look at it. How many gold or platinum plaques or anything has Nas have since? None.
I don't know.
That's
Nas ain't even always. He's never been that type of rapper.
Oh, to sell records?
Yeah, you know that.
when he wasn't popular anymore.
No, nigga, Nas. A lot of Nas albums that came out.
I love Nas.
Never,
I'm just being honest.
But I'm saying that a lot of albums he did, they weren't like he was selling 3 times platinum like that. Never.
When he came out, I mean, the second album sold like 4 million copies. Every other album after that sold 1 million copies. Him and Jay started clashing. There was no more gold albums or anything.
I'd have to do
just
a fact check on that.
We can talk about this later.
No, I'm just saying, I'd have to research that, but it's all good.
But anyway,
Nas actually beat him, so no one cares what you say.
Open their interpretation.
Your thought process is
it's all good for the culture. A lot has been happening this week in the news. Our beloved L.A. Reid has either left the building at Epic, or has been replaced. The question is, do you take your hashtag #BeEpic tweets with you in that situation, or do you just be neutral? What?
I don't know. What do you think? You think he got canned, or you think he left?
I don't think you sign such a successful thing like Khaled with his biggest record ever right now. Sign Future, you get 2 gold albums in 1 year, 2 albums last year. I don't know what happened.
He signed them already.
Yeah, I think
so. You can't. Yeah, you're talking about that.
I'm trying to set it. I think he got fired, and I don't know what happened, but I thought he was doing a really good job.
What are the potential reasons it could have fired him?
Gold isn't making up for the amount of money that Future was spending on those albums. How about that?
Probably.
So do the math on those.
The Jews up there did the math and let him go. Apparently.
Is that how do you get fired from being?
Khaled spent a lot of money too.
Overspending.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same question.
Yeah.
Khaled spent a lot of money.
LA is notorious for giving out huge budgets. He also just gave Mariah Carey her own label allegedly. Toni Braxton just got a new deal over there.
Oh, good for
Huffy
her.
got a new label deal over there.
To be honest with you, I think he's repaying favors that people probably gave him.
Yeah.
That's what that was. For back in the day.
I think he was turning that company around, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Epic was shit.
Yeah.
Epic was shit for a while.
Yeah, he was turning it around.
Future was the first thing. You know that Turn Off the Lights was the first hit record that they had since that drought over there.
They had that white girl too, though.
Remember they had what's her name? The dude. The Dream
from Def Jam, right? Yeah, and it didn't.
So,
well, LA is a staple.
remember Tricky
staple.
When he came, Tricky left.
True.
Didn't L.A. Reid also discover Pink?
Yeah, he's so many things. Avril
Very
Lavigne,
important.
the whole LaFace movement, all that. He's a legend. He'll get a new job. I thought you were doing a stellar job. You.
Why is that?
We hope we can't wait to see what new goes.
Maybe he retired. Maybe he's retiring.
You know what? This music thing, from what I've watched with the older heads, it keeps them alive.
Mm.
Yeah, some of them don't know how to live.
They would literally die if they went home and had to they like being busy and discovering and rediscovering and.
Well, Quincy didn't die.
Well, Quincy's still always working in some weird way. He's either at a function or something. He's still, it's like Lionel Richie, but older. Lionel's going to be tickling those ivories for a long time. So tell us about, you live in LA now.
I do.
Tell us about the change from moving from the East here.
It's much better for you, huh?
Yeah, and touching on what you were saying before, you feel what I'm saying? I was living back home because, when you get into this industry, you feel what I'm saying? Mind you, I came in a month's time, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And literally, I don't have no mentors, you feel what I'm saying? There's not nobody being like, yo, you should do this and you should do that. I mean, I got John when I see him, but that's when I see him, you feel what I'm saying? I literally just got here 4 months ago, and through that 4 years of time, you feel what I'm saying? I'm back home, and I'm just like, damn, I'm coming out of school, you feel what I'm saying? This is some real shit. Pretty much, I didn't leave where I'm from until I dropped out of school, but I wasn't going to leave my mom with that type of responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? So
that's dope.
You feel what I'm saying? So
as a man, that's dope.
Regardless of what people think about my career, my real life is real shit, and that's something that I hold dearly to me. Other people probably would have dipped and just wouldn't be like, fuck it, I'm out here, bottles, bitches, and bud all day. But Nah, I decided to handle what I needed to handle back home, and then spread my wings. You feel what I'm saying? So
See, we don't see a lot of smart young dudes.
No, he's very
Niggas
smart.
be super dumb. Like, I love my mom. Like, basically, I can see that you love your mom like that, and that's how I love my mom. Like, I would like if my mom would ever have any issues, like whatever I was doing, I'd be like, oh fuck that. Like, I got to take care of this.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Like, a lot of people don't think like that, bro.
Yeah.
People will leave their moms, like, in their same situation, and they go do, like, oh, I'm out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, definitely commend.
Shouts to my mom. I love my mom too.
Yeah,
How you
man.
doing,
This is very
girl?
appropriate since Mother's Day is like.
coming up, yeah.
Shouts.
Okay.
There's no gifts.
Yeah.
That's just a phone call.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm out here. I'm fucking loving it, dog. Like, I mean, the first time I came out here was for the Grammys, you feel what I'm saying? So I really learned when I really was like, all right, I'm coming out here. I mean, I always been saying this is where I wanted to come, but like I just said, I had to handle some things back home. But in November, I had a session with French. And we was in the studio, and I thought it was just gonna be me and him. But I've seen French mad times, and I met him at the They Don't Love You No More video shoot. So we were just always talking about getting in the studio. So we finally got in the studio in November, and it was just the simple fact that we was in there. I was playing beats. He picked every single beat I fucking played, and then every time I looked up, oh shit, there's T.I. Look down, look up. Oh shit, there's Yo Gotti. Look down, look up. Oh shit, there goes A$AP Rocky. Look down, look up. Oh shit, there's T.I. I'm like, oh, this is it. And they all hopped on my shit. So it's like my career probably could have been more different if I would have came out here a lot earlier. But hindsight is 2020. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean,
And it's just starting. So at the same time, but
yeah.
that was the moment when I was like, damn, yo, I really got to be out here. You feel what I'm saying?
But to be honest, bro, I mean, I don't think you needed to, like, that situation with your mom, I think you could have stayed where you were and did what you did, but still had moves being made for you.
That's a tricky one.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? I work with people that live in a whole nother country,
Yeah.
and those moves still get made.
Right.
So, you know, it's just all about, like, how certain things play out.
How do you find people? Like when you go from like hitting people up on Twitter to like being a name, how do you find a manager? How do you find a business manager? Is it just where I feel like that seems so stressful to me. Like how do you find the infrastructure to make you a business entity?
Mm-hmm.
Like how do you find that? I mean, as three people in music, how do you find
for
that?
Him,
Like
in his situation, when he did his deal, he signed into OVO. So
Yeah.
I guess OVO would publish him, OVO would manage him, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So that's who he's with.
seems
Yeah,
so
so, like, I mean, yeah.
Which a lot of people will say is a conflict of interest. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, I have
Say
to
what
talk
you-
to you. I
nah, say what you gonna say.
Nah,
No, say it.
nope.
It's all relative, but
Yeah.
the point is that, like I said before, you have time on your side and you're dope as hell.
Yeah.
And you're getting in these rooms and like you're doing other things. Like you're an artist also. You know, we don't want to say for who, but you co-wrote a joint with us for someone, you know, very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I think Danny is right. Like when you had that initial spark, yeah.
Strike while the iron's hot.
You could have, you know what I mean? You could have conquered the world, but you're only fucking 24.
And another thing is like me, I'm the type of person like where if I was in a lot of situations where, like I said, I didn't have nobody to tell me like, yo, bro, you should really like take this shit and run with it. People would say it to me, but I'm not the type of person to piggyback off of somebody. You feel what I'm saying? So every situation I was coming into, whether it would be on some artist shit or whatever, they always like, you got to think you only have one song with one person, so who you think they're gonna want to talk about every time you come into the room? You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, I would just not deal with the situation, but the way to maneuver around that situation is just not to go in the rooms and talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why people didn't hear a lot from me, and people don't. You feel what I'm saying? Like now I understand. You feel what I'm saying? You have to do these things. One hand wash the other. You feel what I'm saying? So nobody. That was something I had to learn with time, and I really didn't. It
I mean, you were young. I know.
It bothered me a whole fucking lot. Like, man, I ended interviews like, yo, bro, I'm not here to talk about this. You feel what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I understand it now.
Yeah. It's all good. like you here now, so you make the best of it.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
you can do.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I mean? You can't rehash or go back in time. Like that shit just doesn't happen.
But I also I feel like this industry specifically, specifically entertainment industry stuff, is like, how can you trust anybody to give you advice when everybody is your competition? Like, that's what I've never understood. Is like every single person in every single room.
Not
is
everybody's your
Not
competition.
everybody.
Not everybody.
How?
We're not, like the three of us aren't in competition because we do completely different things. If anything, he'll pull me in on something, and I reciprocate it, or you know what I mean, like or
For real. I'm the reason why these two met.
100%.
And they're
100%.
with each other more than I'm
Yeah.
with them. So
Yeah. He actually made a phone call. He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, my boy's in town visiting. He wanted to meet him. He makes beats." So I met him, and then we just stayed in contact. And that's, you know what I mean, all the stuff's been happening.
But how do you learn who's your how do you learn who's your enemy? How do you learn who's your friend if it's not
When
for
they
just
see
like
all they revealed is all
They-
that's done in the dark will be revealed in the light.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. It's all a gamble. All these relationships is a gamble. You feel what I'm saying? So
Plus, you got to be a good
Stressful.
choice. You got to be a good judge of character and
Character,
energy.
yeah.
Like you can tell.
So it seems to me you just have to no matter how wrong you are, be like, I'm fine with my decision. It seems like that's the only
If you
way you
make
could
a
not.
decision, you have to ride with
It seems like that's the only way that you would not just go crazy.
I mean, I feel like a lot of shit in this industry is pretty much going off of just fucking taking a chance and taking a risk. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't send that last email. You feel what I'm saying? We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
100%.
You feel what I'm saying?
I
So-
know that for sure.
And this is the thing, like people, like a lot of people, like A&Rs. I feel like some A&Rs don't know what the fuck they're doing, but you can't. I asked the A&R what their job was, and they couldn't explain it. You feel what I'm saying? Like
I'd
and
say 85% of them don't know what
you
they're
feel what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like a lot of stuff in this industry, like you could give somebody the steps, but it might not work for everybody. It might not be their formula. You feel what I'm saying? Like some people drop a song once a year and just fucking shit goes to the top. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people keep hitting every month and shit don't happen. So I don't know. There's really this game. I don't know.
it just seems very random.
It is random, and that's
It
the
is.
thing. Like you could be an expertise on it, but you could always be wrong at the same time.
That's gonna be really annoying then to have people like A&Rs try to be like, well, if you had done it this way, and try to effectively kick
Bro,
you
it's
when you're down.
A&Rs that can't even get in the same room with the person that they're A&R for. So it's like,
Facts.
how you gonna tell me how to do something that you have no idea how to do?
So wait, how does one
And
become
I've-
an A&R? That seems like that's no offense. It seems like the fakest job in the world. Then
Some people,
Free
there's some people,
checks to
there's some
me.
people in this industry that are really, really, really amazing A&Rs that have proven themselves over and over. Some are executives. We can talk about fucking L.A. Reid, who's an executive / A&R, who's brought us some of the most amazing acts ever. We can go and say the same for Clive Davis. For the younger generation, I know I can never get a record to read without Omar.
Yeah.
Omar knows what the fuck he's doing if you're in that circle. You know what I'm saying?
that's terrifying. That there's 5.
No, there's more.
Like-
This is just the ones that.
Yo, he named some old niggas. But what he's saying, see, there's also tiers in life, right? Like he named those top dudes. Those top dudes are responsible for certain people that a younger person actually brought them.
Yeah.
But they'll take the credit for it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing, but as the top exec, that's who gets the credit.
And I feel like that's another thing that's wrong with the industry is everybody want to be a fucking rapper and producer, and there ain't nobody all right, fucking. There's so many people that's talented around my way, but there's not enough people that's sitting in the back yo, bro, let's go to Power 99, let's go shop this record, let's go see this person, let's go. You know what I mean? There's not enough people to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So when these artists are just out here, they're just out here fucking winging it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
And I don't know nobody new that's an A&R that's doing shit like cool shit.
We need more A&Rs, younger A&Rs. We need more management. We need
What's the
more
name was
admin.
really dope, and it's unfortunate that nigga died, but he was
Shakir?
no, that dude Yams,
Oh, he
Younger
was so
dude.
ahead. Rest in peace.
Yo, bro,
he was the fucking
finding
future, bro.
I'm talking about every single nigga he was on the radar of. Yo, he put me on the people that I just never even, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Seriously. Before they was even, whoever they were going to be, he's like, oh, man, I think that nigga's going to be tired.
He's a legend. Me
Yeah,
and him used to
definitely.
talk on Facebook and never met, bro. It was the weirdest shit. Yams was that guy, man. Yeah. Rest in peace and love
But
and
I'm just
blessings
saying,
to his family.
there needs to be more dudes like him that aren't like in a fucking building. See, it's like me and my other partner. We never took A&R jobs. I don't want to do that. I don't have to do that. That's weak to me. One, I don't want to have to be obligated to do nothing for some label. Like that's corny to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like it's also time consuming because guess what? They're gonna give you shit. Hey man, we need something for this project. And it's gonna be something that you be like, what the fuck, that you wouldn't even want to work on, but they gotta do it. Guess why? Because you're getting paid from them. Some people need those checks. Everybody ain't got bread like that, and they need that check. So they take an A&R position. Am I lying, John?
No, not at all. Let's go into a Mike Zombie joint before we close this. Are we trying to hear some 616? Are we trying to
I already
hear
got it
some?
pulled up, so that's just one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
let's do it.
The DJ
Oh
talks.
shit, the DJ on point.
What's up, Stay Wokers? I hope y'all stay woke. We're about to end this amazing episode with our brethren, our friend Mike Zombie,
Yeah.
representing that East Coast lifestyle, that Jersey, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
Jersey actually making a lot of moves.
Jersey's making a lot of moves,
Let's
but
talk
crazy.
about it.
I want to see, like, Fetty came out and how long did you think the Fetty reign was going to last?
Yo, he just dropped a song, and that shit is hard.
He's a nice dude. I
I
hope
think he's
good.
back.
He's a lovely man.
Do you think we got too much too early of Fetty, like too many hits back to back?
Nah, bro.
Nah,
Guess
hell no.
what? Yo, you know what's funny that I
perfect.
never knew about Fetty? That nigga has a gang of different styles. And you'll see what I'm talking about
Got you.
soon. Like,
Well, that thing that he did with Brick, racked up shorty.
oh
That
yeah,
shit
yeah.
is crazy.
Nah, that's like some street shit.
Okay.
Watch the other shit
No, that boy
this
is
nigga
talented
got.
as fuck, man.
Amazing.
Beyond.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Beyond what people.
I'm telling you, this, you see how he's saying that? I never knew myself, and I hate saying that because I'm like, well, people are like, what the fuck is he talking about? We heard what he does.
Nah,
Well,
he
you know,
does
on them
way
songs.
more.
Yo, bro,
Way more.
that nigga's bro, fire.
So
He gonna have another run.
And you know
For
what?
sure.
And I'll tell you one thing. Y'all think Fetty had like ran out of making hits? Nah, that nigga don't give a fuck. He's like so up right now. He should, and the nigga lives a super basic life.
that's why he got robbed. Fucking
Super
around,
basic
moving
life.
around, basically.
No,
You
nigga, I'm
gotta
talking
have
about
security
he
and
doesn't
shit.
spend money like stupidly, and he's up. I mean, like M's up.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? And he's got 2 cars and maybe
That's
2
dope.
homes.
That's dope.
And that's it.
Smart.
And like some
That's very
chains.
dope.
I honestly wish, like, I wish the rap world or like its aesthetic talked more about like smart business investments.
That's why you listen to Lil Dicky,
Exactly.
and he's Jewish.
I know that's why I like him.
You get it.
That's
On
why she
everything.
likes him.
That's why I like him.
You
No,
see
but
why
I
she
He
like?
might
Look
not
how
be
she
Jewish, I don't
dressed,
know.
man.
I ran
Most
into him
Jews-
twice the other day.
That's
Huh?
my dog.
He does not look like a star. No diss.
No,
I
but
saw
that's
him
like,
twice. I was like,
I just want like one person to talk about like money market accounts. Do you know what I mean? Like I just want like one person. Like I just
That's
want one
anti-rap.
rapper. But it's
No,
but,
actually, somebody talked about him and they rap.
but I don't think it is. That's the whole point. Is like if rap is such a huge part of a huge community that has traditionally been kind of like pushed to the side by the society. Like why shouldn't every example of
I
like
do real
making that
estate.
community
I
better?
talk about real estate in my raps.
I mean, real estate is one thing, but I'm talking about like S&P 500. I'm talking about like smart, small things that like if you don't have a bunch of money, you can do. Do you know what I mean? Like $500, open like
A business.
open a business or even like invest, even like basic
So
investment.
if you
shit.
had $500 and you were a rapper, what would you open up?
would you open that up or would you go?
No, I
what
put
would
it.
you
I would
open
put
up?
it.
What
In,
would
if you have
somebody had-
$500, if you have $500, you can't do shit like that. Like you can't even pay for like your corporate taxes.
I know. So I'm asking, what would you
So
do?
do you go
just
in-
said-
$500 is
Do
the
you
minimum
invest it or
to
do you
open
buy
an
some
E-Trade
Molly?
account.
Yeah.
Do you buy some Molly or do you invest?
No, I would. It's the minimum for an E-Trade account.
So you would open an E-Trade account?
Yeah.
Note to self, kids, if you have an extra $500 laying around, do not go and pay it to the dope man for some Molly for 8 hours of satisfaction with random strangers.
What do you think that return on that $500 E-Trade account would be?
in a year?
In a year, probably not that strong, but that's not the
$5.05.
point. But that's not the point. Like the point is like thinking about different options that you didn't know were available.
Like I read the book Richest Man in Babylon, and it put
Good book.
great book. It put a lot of things that I kind of knew into words that I can convey to my friends. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, yeah, you just got that $100, but put that 10 away real quick and just go fuck around in the strip club if you want, and next week do it again. You be like, yo, bro, 10 weeks I got a whole bunch of money, and then Mike's so cool. So, you know what I mean? So,
Straight up.
So let's name, as we wrap this episode, we want to know what your plans are for the next 2 years. But also, I want to know if you can tell us, is there any new talent coming out of the hometown area that we should be on the lookout for?
For sure. For the next 2 years, I'm about to get heavy in this songwriting bag. I just went to APG and I was playing some shit, and they was like, you know what? I think you could be the best. I was like, okay, I agree. So
Watch out for them niggas.
Yeah, I know. But we about to fucking be on that. I'm gonna continue releasing music. I'm working on my fourth project right now, and out of the city around where I'm from, you definitely gotta look out for Ant Bill. Gotta look out for Mir Fontaine, my youngin from Willenboro, Mir Trills, Benziayo, T.Ill Dude, and yeah.
What's up with the nigga with the yellow do-rag?
Oh, Dougie F. Yeah, that's my dog. We just released a single like 2 or 3 weeks ago called Coin in the Bank. He had a song on 2K17 with Pitbull. It's doing real well. He's on tour right now, I want to say, with Dice Soho, and then he's on tour with PNB Rock, then he's on tour with Travis.
Oh, he's getting some bags.
Yeah. Dougie's really in there. So him, Albie Al, Chad B, it's a bunch of motherfuckers out of Jersey that's really waiting on that. They're like right there. My boy Kazi, it's a bunch of people coming out of there. It's just
Yo, what
wild.
about that 070 Shape?
Oh, her too. She's fucking crazy too.
I actually don't like her. She
Why?
sucks.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah,
Where
I
did
don't-
I co-sign that?
Last
She's
I heard
dope.
of her,
She's
I
dope.
heard of her, I thought she had something going with good music.
with good music,
Yeah.
yeah, I heard that same thing. I don't know.
I mean, she's in the right rooms, I guess. So
Yeah.
I'm wishing her the best. She's from Jersey.
Yeah,
Nobody can do
I
wrong
know.
if
You
they
know,
from Jersey. So.
you always gotta rep your hometown. I fuck with that. I'm like that.
Yeah.
But if I don't like it, I would just be like, I don't
Yeah,
like
you're pretty honest.
it. Yeah.
So we're glad you're getting into your songwriting bag more. We're glad you're focused on your production bag. We're glad you're fucking in LA. As a chauvinist, a former chauvinistic male, I have to ask a few questions. Now, I know, started from the bottom. I keep going in that like it's the whole deal, 'cause
Nah, it is. Fuck it.
So they treated you like a god back home. Now that you've just come out to LA, are groupies still sniffing around that started from the bottom, or like let me know the transition? Is it like, oh my god, you did that? That's my favorite record.
I mean,
have
that-
white women started coming on you yet?
White women. I love white women.
No, we all.
But I haven't had any white women come up. Well, I probably have. I don't fucking know.
You just focused.
No, it's just too many girls. But,
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
All right.
But nah, back
Don't
home,
hurt
like
yourself.
I'm my own entity back home because I do a lot of shit in the community. Like,
Amazing.
And I have a lot of family back home, so they know like when my mom is out, she's like, oh shit, that's Zombie's mom. Like we're real out there.
Amazing.
Like my brothers is out there, and my brothers is out there. So people knew me before I even started doing this music shit.
That's dope.
So yeah, I'm my own entity out there. Like I just had a celebrity basketball game, my 3rd annual. Out there raising money for the kids and shit, so niggas know who I am out there.
That's really
That's dope.
a lot of rappers should follow in Zombie's footsteps. This is really, really positive stuff to do for your communities, as opposed to just handing out turkeys on Thanksgiving. That's good too, but you know what? Those frozen turkeys are going to take 8 to 10 hours to defrost. You know what I'm saying? Let's just figure out other ways to get the people.
And they
what
only be
need.
having like maybe 50 or 100 of them
And then two-
motherfuckers.
and then two
there's
bites.
like mad families.
Yeah.
We supposed to split it in half.
It's the thought that counts, though. And any closing words? Do we have anything to say about Trump firing Comey? Do we even want to talk about Trump? What is this America that we're in?
I don't understand why you want to talk about things that are going to make us all go missing one day.
I don't have to doubt
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Fuck you.
Because he a dumb nigga.
Because he a dumb nigga. All right, y'all. You know how we say around this time. It's a privilege to be to have y'all's ears. We want you guys to have an amazing weekend. We want you guys to not drink and drive. We want you guys to make sure you have multiple packets of condoms. Go out there and replenish the earth with your seed for Jah or for any of the other deities. Be safe, but more importantly, stay woke. Thank you to our amazing guests, the legendary Mike Zombie, repping always.
Know that.
Does the DJ have anything queued up?
About to.
About to? Oh, okay. Crisscross. Oh, I'm about to.